This video concludes the Numbers with Turtles series. Last video, you learned how while loops can be used to run a piece of code an unspecified number of times based on a condition. In our case, the condition was that the randomly generated number had to be even, meaning that as long as the number was even, a new number was being generated. The code only stopped running when the number generated was odd. In part 5, this video, we're going to apply this concept to the code from part 3. We want to draw a random number somewhere on the screen using Turtle, but with one new rule. The number has to be divisible by 3. So, a hint for this challenge, or this exercise, is that you should try thinking about the code from part 3 and also thinking about how you can add a while loop into the code. Also, think about the type of number you want generated. You want to generate a number divisible by 3, meaning it has to be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and so on. As long as the number generated isn't one of those numbers, the Boolean condition for the while loop should be true. Everything else, such as generating the position, the x and y, or the font size, should be the same as part 3. So, I'm going to give you a few seconds. Please pause the video, and then when you're all done, press play, and then I'll show you the solution. So let me go through my process and how I'd approach this problem. So the first step in solving this problem is to generate a random number between 1 and 1,000 as stated in the condition. So random number equals random, don't forget the random, dot randint from 1 to 1,000. So that's the first step. The next step is to create a new position. So random x equals random dot uniform from negative 175 to 175. Notice that the x and the y don't have to be integers. They can be floats, meaning they can include decimals. So I'm going to repeat the same process for y just by copying and pasting my code. And the last thing I have to do is generate a random font. And so this has to be an integer. So random font size has to be between 15 and 40. So if I just do the same answer from part 3, I just have to pass in the random number, the random x, and the random y, as long as the font size. And if I was to call turtle number, it generated a random number. But we don't know if this random number is divisible by 3. This number isn't divisible by 3, so this does not work. So we have to add in a while loop in this scenario in order to fix the solution. So what we can do is first of all creating a while loop. We don't care about the random x, random y, random font size. We only care about the number. So let's create a while. And there's going to be some sort of condition here being set. And inside the while loop, we're going to have to create a new number. So when thinking about the condition that we're going to have to create, we have to think about what's exactly going on. The number must be divisible by 3. And so we need to keep generating a new number as long as the number being generated is not divisible by 3. And so we can say that while random number mod 3 equals 0, that means it's divisible by 3, but we have to add in a not, because as long as it is not divisible by 3, you want to generate a new number. And so, if we were to do this one more time, this time this number is divisible by 3. Try one more time. Once again, this number is divisible by 3. And one last time, once again, this number is divisible by 3. And so all 3 times the number we generated was divisible by 3 due to this one condition here. As long as the number being generated was not divisible by 3, we want to keep doing the same code with line 38 over and over again. I could also change this to saying that I don't want to generate a number divisible by 3. So this time, we generate a number that's not divisible by 3, once again, and once again. And so that's an alternate problem, an alternate solution that uses the same concept of using a while loop to generate specific random numbers. Now the last part that you can do for this exercise is generating not just one specific random number, but multiple specific random numbers using a for loop. So what we can do is create a for loop, and let's say I want to generate 10 different numbers. Do for blank. So just an alternate thing you can have, instead of I as a variable, you can have a line or a underscore, which basically means that you don't have to have a variable name. It just means that you're not going to be using the variable in range. Let's do 10. And then inside we just want to generate a random number. And so by doing this, by calling this function called turtle number, you're running all this code inside here 10 times. And so if we click run, you can see that 10 random numbers will be drawn. And all of them will be divisible by 3. So we do this one more time. And once again, all numbers are divisible by 3. So I hope you learned how you can use while loops to tweak or find a new solution to this problem of drawing random numbers. Instead, drawing any random number, we're drawing specific random numbers. This concept of using a while loop and adding it into any solution can be extended to all other types of problems that you may face in the future with computer science. And so hopefully this is a very interesting concept, very fun concept that you understand and will be able to apply in the future. So I hope you had fun in this 5-video series, and we'll see you next time.